we divide in two areas. One area is completely bio-based, sustainable, and recyclable, also with plastic. And one other area is completely bio-based and biodegradable, till compostable.
This is John Klein. We're here with Brainwith. This is Alberta with Aesop Technologies. We're super excited to hear about her and her sustainability practices, her nice business that she's got going on. So go ahead, Alberta.
Hi, nice to meet you. My course of study began by studying architecture at the University of Venice, a place with an international vocation and a truly stimulating environment, which led me shortly after to follow a master's degree in Brussels on the marketing and internationalization of businesses, where I started studying marketing and working closely with companies and understanding and interpreting their needs by translating them into projects. Working in a communication agency as an account allowed me to know the phases for implementation of a campaign, working with companies from different sectors, being flexible and knowing the dynamics and specific needs of each area. Now I work in the field of innovation in sustainability, in particular with bio-based alternative material that replace conventional plastic. Bringing these materials to market isn't as simple as switching from one resin to another. It's a kind of journey full of technical, commercial, and cultural challenges. And every day we face not just the potential, but also the obstacles and opportunity as we work to innovate sustainability, because innovation is really at the heart of what we do. So bio-based materials are an essential piece of the sustainability puzzle. From packaging to cosmetics and automotive, they offer a cleaner, safer alternative to fossil-based plastic. Our company is working on a range of green polymers. Some are recyclable, others compostable, but all are entirely bio-based. All designed to reduce the environmental impact and move us closer to a circular economy. So innovation is a strategic asset, but what makes innovation in this space possible? We, first of all, the internal technical expertise is a major asset. We're not just selling raw material, we are co-developing tailored solutions that meet the unique needs of each industry. Whether that's food packaging, medical use, biodegradable films, or something else. We are also deeply engaged in collaborative R&D projects through European funding programs, industrial cluster, and public-private partnership. This helps us stay on the cutting edge and share knowledge with like-minded innovators. And finally, we are aligned with growing regulatory pressure. EU directives on single-use plastic, waste reduction, and carbon disclosure are pushing the entire value chain to look for compliant, forward-thinking material, and that's where we come in. And but now we can together discover something about the real challenges. But of course, it's not all smooth sailing. Innovation in sustainable material comes with real complex challenges. First of all, scalability. Moving from lab-tested material to full industrial production is so expensive and logistically complex. It requires stable supply chains and a lot of flexibility. Second, market education. Many of our potential clients still do not understand the difference between bio-based, biodegradable, or uncompostable. So a big part of our marketing is actually technical education, webinars, white papers, even on-site training. Third, there is a price sensitivity. Let's be honest, sustainable polymers still come with a price premium. Convincing customers to invest means showing them the full value in branding, compliance, CSR, and long-term risk reduction. Fourth, I think the most important thing is greenwashing. The market is full of so-called eco-friendly materials that don't live up to the hype. We believe in radical transparency. We use certification, LCA data, and third-party validation wherever possible. And finally, but not less important, the regulatory landscape is shifting constantly, sometimes unpredictably. Compostable today might be not be compostable tomorrow. That's why we stay very close to standardization bodies and advocacy groups to make sure our innovation stays one step ahead. From a marketing perspective, we've learned one thing: sustainability alone is not enough. What matters is how you communicate the value of sustainability. That's why we focus on storytelling, technical evidence, and human connection. We build trust through case studies, customer partnership, and honest conversation. In sale, the key is value-based selling. We don't compete on price, we compete on vision, on helping our customer meet their own sustainability goals while future-proofing their operations. We also work with designers and engineers and helping them to rethink products from the ground up because being sustainable isn't just about material, it's about rethinking system, uses, and end-of-life processes. And looking ahead is important. The green polymer market is growing and is growing fast. Regulation, consumer demand, and corporate ESG goals are driving the shift. But it is not a passive trend. It's a space that demands courage, clarity, and constant innovation. Our message is simple. We don't just sell sustainable material. We sell a way forward, one that combines performance with responsibility, science with ethics, and vision with execution, because sustainability is not a future, it's a mindset.
Awesome, awesome. Well, very cool. Well, tell us, tell us about how you guys get connected with businesses. How are you growing right now?
You want to know something about how we're growing right now?
Yeah. How does your company make profit?
Oh, we make profit being in a different field of the business. So when a part of the business is growing, we have to be there. For example, now a growing part of the business is in straws because of the SUIP, and we have to be there and have the right material, the right solution, and support companies that need to have an alternative to paper straws that does not work. So we have an alternative and we can provide them with big quantities and what they need.
Yeah. So you guys are wholesaling or partnering with other companies to provide them with the material, the technology, and the advice to actually implement this raw, sustainable material into their what used to be plastic products, right?
Yeah, yes, we do not provide only the raw material, but we provide support, and sometimes we develop new material for companies that were looking for a solution that sometimes they do not find with the normal plastic. So they look for something that is much more performant than plastic.
Yeah.
So not only for the sustainability, but also because they are looking for one special solution that they cannot afford with the normal plastic coming from not a sustainable source.
Yeah, very cool. So then you guys also are looking into doing making your own, manufacturing your own to make it more affordable for like restaurants and people to get sustainable straws, right?
Yes, sure, yes, because sometimes in this business in particular, we do not produce only the raw material, but we produce also straws. So we produce also the straws, because we have to provide our customers with a better solution, much more easy for them, so we can support them completely. And they prefer to have one company that provide them with the right solution, not only in terms of raw material, but also in terms of product.
Yeah, very cool. So what's your vision for the future?
This is a particular moment because the world is changing very fast, also because of the geopolitical changing, and so it's not easy to operate in this moment because everything is changing very fast. But we think that sustainability is the future, so that's the direction, and we have to go in that direction because it is important for not only for business but for the planet. So we have to go in that direction. We cannot stop. Uh,
Yeah, super cool. So you guys are turning over, gonna kind of do your own products, or you're making straws, forks, spoons, knives, containers.
Yes, we think we will continue to produce not only the raw material but also products because the market is asking for this. So we have to support them and to be in the market with the right solution. And this has to be very easy for the companies that look for a sustainable product or a sustainable solution to find the right one without greenwashing addiction. So it is important to be on the market and have to have the certification, and to provide company that are asking for a solution that is really really green, with a real solution that can help them to remain on the market for the future.
Yeah, that's super cool. So a lot of this, so are you thinking you're gonna do more of a D2C, direct to customer route for people buying these products for their own home use, or are you looking to wholesale stuff to restaurants?
Uh, Both of that. The market depends also by the country because, for example, in north of Europe, it works in a way. In the south of Europe, it have different behavior. So it depends by the market. So we are going to differentiate our presence on the market. It depends by where we are operating.
Mm-hmm. What about do you guys sell in America?
Yes, we are looking for America, and we hope to sell a lot in America for the future. Now we are really very present in Europe because Europe was so focused on sustainability, and is right now so focused on sustainability. But also in America, the things are improving. So we are looking for the American market for the immediate future.
Nice. What's your biggest market right now? Is it the UK or Italy?
The north of Europe, I think. The north of Europe is a big market to us.
Super cool, super cool. So then with those, so you said a lot of Europe, sorry?
Sorry?
What's your main one? What's your like main country that you focus on?
The Netherlands, maybe right now. The Netherlands is an
Netherlands?
important market, yes, because they are so focused with sustainability.
Hmm.
They look for an alternative, and they want the alternative, and so they are going on for sustainability, not only for the SOAP, but also because people is asking for something that is really really green.
Yeah. So how are you targeting your customers in the Netherlands?
We have some big distributors, so we speak with them, and they dialogue with a small customer, restaurant, something like that. But we are in partnership with big distributors.
Okay. So you're mostly doing like restaurants and stuff, hooking them up in the Netherlands with sustainable straws.
Yes, yes, but not only in Netherlands, also in the rest of Europe, but Netherlands is really an important place. And another important place is France for cosmetic packaging, because France is
Okay.
important for packaging. So we work in order to replace plastic in cosmetic packaging for big brands, and we develop new materials sometimes for these big brands in order to find some special solution for them, because to they have to be so beautiful, so nice. So we have to combine the aesthetic behavior with the mechanical one, with the sustainable one. So it is not so easy to perform in all this way, but we are very good with developing of new materials. So uh, we work in this field, and we have several customers.
Awesome. Awesome. So yeah, France is pretty cool. How are you guys innovating when it comes to, prices are being tight with tariffs right now? I know there's like a little bit of tariff thing, especially in America. I know you're not going too much into America, but how do you guys deal with that?
With price, you're asking?
Or with tariffs with the
Yes, but
different countries?
so sometimes it depends, because with very when we face very poor materials, very poor plastic, our price is high. But when we face some material that are sophisticated, sometimes our price is better. So it depends by the material. We have so many formulation, and depends by the quantity, by the forecast, but it depends also by the kind of material. Sometimes we cost less.
Yeah. Tell me about some of your different materials.
So we have different material. We love to divide them into main areas. One, complete both of the areas are completely bio-based. So we generally work and we produce only material that are completely bio-based. So they comes completely from renewable source. But we divide in two areas. One area is completely bio-based, sustainable, and recyclable, also with plastic. And one other area is completely bio-based and biodegradable, till compostable, also home and garden. So company can decide which kind of material is most suitable for their application, for their market, for their end of life, for their marketing. So we support them in order to decide the material that is the most suitable for their technical needs, but also for their marketing communication, what they want to communicate to their buyers. So we work together in order to have one solution that is suitable not only on the technical part, but also on the aesthetical part of the material, and the marketing, communication. So we try to support them in all of these needs.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I see you're from Italy, right?
And now I am in Italy, yes.
Awesome. Oh, where are you from originally?
Sorry?
Where are you from if not from Italy? You said now you are.
Yes, from Venice.
Okay, pretty
Yeah.
cool. How many languages do you speak?
Me?
Yeah.
Italian and English and French, that are our main market. We produce
Wow.
our raw material in Germany, but unfortunately, I do not speak German very well. It's so difficult to me.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
it's not.
that's really cool. That's cool. I think it's always so cool because in America, a lot of people speak English,
Yeah,
So when we're dealing with customers outside of America, they speak English as well as a
yeah.
second language. And always like a little jealous of that. I'm like, it's nice because it's easy to be able to talk with all types of different business people. They all speak English. It's nice. But then I'm like, wow, that's so cool. And you speak three languages, and you're able to
Yeah, because French
do that.
people love to speak French. so you have to speak a little bit of French because they love to speak French. They do not love to speak English. So sometimes we receive a meal in France. In meeting, they speak French, so they love to speak French. So we have to speak French with them. Now I'm improving also my Spanish language because also Spanish people love to speak Spanish. So it depends also by the market, because when we are very focused on one kind of market, we try to improve also to speak their language. So it helps, especially with Spanish people and French people. It helps to be so close to them, to understand better what they need and support
Yeah.
them.
How important is that? Because that seems like such a hard thing to do, learning a whole entire another language just to do business.
Language is important because, especially for some countries, as I mentioned before, for France, for Spanish, it depends also by the dimension of the companies. If you are talking with a very, very big company, you can speak English. Also, if you are in France or in Spanish. If you are talking with a small company, they prefer to speak their language, so it helps. It helps to work together, because sometimes not all people in the company speaks in English, so you have to support them, because sometimes we have to talk also with the technicians. So they are people that they really work on the injection molding machine. So sometimes they do not speak very well English. So you have to understand what they need, what they are looking for. So it is important to speak the same language.
That's awesome. Are you self-taught or do you go to school or you just kind of pick it up?
I learn in the school. I make some courses, but it's important to read articles continuously in this language, to train your to train your language continuously, because you lose it if you don't practice. You lose it. So you have to train. So that's why I say, when we decide to be focused on a market, we have to train also the language on that market, because we have to improve it. Because if you don't use that language, you lose a little bit, because you have to train continuously, reading articles or something like that, seeing interview in that language. So because we have to be into the language.
Yeah. That's so interesting because that's a whole entire another angle that you have to think about going at is, well, if I want to touch this business, I need to learn their language and then also present my speech to them or, sell my product to them in their language in a really good way. So that's just like levels on top of levels versus like, again, over here, it's most people speak English, so I'm able to talk to them about our product with, confidence. And I just think that's so cool that, it's you guys have a whole entire another step depending, and that's so relational too, learning
Yeah.
like another language, especially in Europe, because you guys have a lot of different languages, you know, around you versus America is so big and it's English everywhere, pretty
Yes,
much all
but
the way to Canada. All of North America is pretty much English.
yes, but we in Europe, we have Spanish, we have German, we have French. So we have to try to be a little bit everywhere and to be with them.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, anything else you want to share with us? Any good advice? Any?
One last thing I would like to share is that you have to be so open mind, so really open mind. So look around. I am very passionate with art, for example. So sometimes your passion comes into your business. So to be very, very focused on the business, but also open mind. So look around you, because the world is changing very fast, and a lot of things happen. You have to put your eyes around you, and to look around you, and see what is happening, and be very fast, understand trying to understand what is happening, and using also your passion. For example, I use art. I love lending art, contemporary art, using your passion, to trying to put some more innovation in your own business, because multidisciplinarity is so nice, is so rich also for your business.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Alberta, I appreciate you. Thanks for coming on. This is
Thank
John Klein
you.
with Brandwidth. If you guys find value, I hope that you subscribe, comment if you have any questions. Alberta, where can people find out about you, or hear more about your company? Give us some plugs.
We are much more than 50 people working in different fields, because someone is marketing like me. But most of us are in R&D, because we right now we have much more than 10,000 different formulations, and they are really a lot. We develop continuously new one, because they have to perform very well in different fields. We are so present in different fields, as I mentioned before, in cosmetic, packaging, single-use plastic, automotive, and every company has different needs, and we have to support them. So we are very focused in R&D. And so we have much more of us are in R&D department. So, and production for sure.
Awesome. That's awesome. Well, Alberta, I appreciate you. Hope you guys have a good one. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye.